Hello everybody, it's Christelle Martinette and I'm back for the monthly readings for the month of February. And I have to first of all welcome my new subscribers and thank my old diehards that have been following me all this time for this with the support. Another thing, a lot of people have been writing to me since they heard of the avalanche, the very heavy snowfalls in central Italy, and I was snowed in. The internet was out for a couple of hours. I thought it would be worse, but I come and go from the mountains, and now I'm in Rome. As you can see, this is my setup in Rome, at least today. And what I wanted to say was how I'll be doing the readings. As I did last mid-month, I'll be making a spread for the each month sign with the Vita Sibilla. You can find a course for how to read the Vita Sibilla, What Would Life Be Without Them, on my website. Then I'll be clarifying with the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot, and in the end I'll be casting runes, these beautiful onyx runes. And now, without further ado, off to the readings. Hi Leo, this is Christelle Martinette, and I'm here with the reading for the month of February. Let's see if we can concentrate and see what's going to come your way for the month of February, Leo. Month of February for Leo. A lot of movement here, a lot of coming and going, and in and out of relations. There's if you're not partnered, the month of February is going to see you meet up with someone and purely have a physical relationship. The attraction will be a physical one, first and foremost. Then there's behind the scenes, it seems that there are shifting and sliding of, subterfuge, as if you were hiding things, going about finding time to be with this person, and all of a sudden you're all gassed up, you're all excited about this person. But it's a difficult situation. Even if you're partnered, this may occur, this meeting up with someone. It's a difficult situation, and I'll tell you why. First of all, you both are partnered, and this is the majority of people who are listening to me. I'm getting more than 50%. Most of you are partnered already, and this is another person coming in. And there's a family behind you both. There's a family. One of you has children, the other one does not. Of course, these are general readings, and apparently I'm supposed to give you these messages here. They're coming out from these cards for someone out there. And there's also some of you who are in this situation but who have just become pregnant, or your partner has just become pregnant. And so there's a lot of shifting and sliding. There's a lot of having gone down one road and all of a sudden another road is presented to you. Very exciting, actually, very exciting time in February. Now, matters of the home are going to be paramount. Matters of the home for both of you, for both of the people who come together. What is interesting is that the excuse that is given to be able to see each other has to do with work. I have to go to work. I have to stay late at work. And this comes out very clear. So that, that those non-truths do bring, though, happiness to you, and you're in your mindset, you're sort of telling yourself, well, if something so good that makes me feel so good, how could it be wrong? So it's a sort of a beginning of a different type of mentality, a different type of morality, let's say. And it's the beginning of your opening up to a world which is more than black and white, a world which has so many different shades of gray that you're sort of not disoriented, because I don't see any disorientation at all. What I see is a very specific idea, and you go forward with it, Leo. Now, the last three cards are quite interesting, and this is what I'll show you these. We have the domestico, the domestic, the house domestic. We have Fortuna, the fortune card, one of the best cards in the deck, and then Gelosia, jealousy. Now, it seems that for some reason, this, this coming together, this other relationship, this other meeting, and well, it's another relationship, other activity, let's call it that, is bringing you something very, very positive in the home, because it sort of stirs up the relationship. And I'm not, people who are listening to me are thinking, oh, what is she saying? What is she saying? But, there's a very fine line between accepting that your partner can entertain another relationship and thinking that your partner's having another relationship and getting excited about it. And this is what I'm seeing. It's a sort of a sudden, a slow change in the way you both see your way forward as a couple. It's quite interesting, this. I have here the tarot, and I would like to take a look first at these two enemy cards, the male and the female enemy, and see what that is all about. Could be two women as well, or could be two men. Let me show you. For the Nemico, the male enemy, I have Santeria, the 5-card Ogun. And I have Santeria Oriate, and the 15th major arcana, Courir le Mardi Gras, a sort of festive going out and trying to bring that energy back home, and using the positive energy that you feel when you do this as a way of instilling in your partner also that happiness in a very naive way. You're thinking. Now, what is quite interesting is this Oriate amidst the Mardi Gras, Courir le Mardi Gras, and this Ogun, this Oriate that seems to be saying that even though it's a sacrifice, you're sacrificing yourself in your mind. Okay, you're in your mind. You're sacrificing yourself to go out and against the grain in another relationship, in another just fling, and you're reasoning it in your mind in terms of, but it surely will bring me benefit in some way. Now, for the female enemy here, I have this Azzaka, this is Radha the 10, and Santeria, Santera, and the 11th major arcana, secret societies. Now, the secret societies does see a person who is sort of in the initiatory stage. And for the female, it could be, again, two males, two females, but for one of the parties, let's say, for one of the parties, the act of cheating, the act of even contemplating seeing another person is quite a different story. It is so deep, and the waters run so deep with this female or male, whatever, that they can barely even just think about it. But what's really telling is the Santeria card, Santeria, because it's as if she goes there, she or he goes there, not wanting at all to entertain the notion of having some kind of affair, but in truth, it's intriguing for her or him. It's quite intriguing. So they have both two different agendas. I'm going to take this last card, this Gelosia card, and see what that has to tell us a bit more. I have Santeria, the 6th card, Elegua, and Santeria, the 4th card, Obatala, and Radha, the 2nd card, Nanam Buklu. All right, here we have a sort of feeling that it's not a feeling, it is both of them are more or less trying to calm, assuage their mind and saying, after all, I'm not doing anything bad. It's a phase. I see this as a February, a phase that they're both going on. And it's as if it's a learning stage. Let me taste the forbidden fruit, for example, and let me see what that forbidden fruit tastes like. Oh, it's an innocent, and this is the way, I'm not judging on this, I'm telling you the way I'm seeing it. And it's quite interesting, Leo. Let me take the runes and see what they have to add. Okay. Oh well. Now, whereas the male, who I call the male, it could, well, one party, who is going into this story, moving into the story, knowing full well what the consequences are, but is doing so in such a very, very positive way. Not even for the sake of the other person, but all for themselves. It's a return. I'm doing it because I want to. I'm doing it because I feel good. I'm doing it because this other person makes me feel good. The other, the one I call the female, is going through the motions, is doing this in the hopes that it will give her or him a positive return for the stabilized couple, for her normal partner, she and her partner. And so the attitudes are different between these two persons, comparatively. But what happens in the home front? We have a very sad type of situation in the home front. Here we have Thurisat's Merkstave, and Thurisat's Brightstave, and Wunyo. Well, I'll get that straight. We have, what do we have here? This is Wunyo Merkstave. How do you like that, Merkstave? And then we have Thurisat's Brightstave. They almost look like the same thing, facing each other. But what it does talk about is sudden sadness, a very deep, depressed situation in the home. But it's completely put to rest through communication. I have here Lagus, a Brightstave over the mensajero, and what they need to do and what they will do, both of those parties, are talk about their own situation in the home, talk about their relationship. And it seems that the two parties, okay, they may be, there are two sides to this. Both of them have two different families, but I see them as a couple seeing third parties, and when they get home, the situation falls, the atmosphere comes down like an axe, and the sadness sets in, but they come out of it through communication, directly. And it's a lovely story. It's a lovely moment of growth, Leo. I hope this was of help for you. Namaste, my friends, and until we read again, bye-bye.